What's happening, guys? It's Dan from GeneralTechHQ here, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you my top 10 must-have applications for iPhone. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because, of course, we are at the minute in that holiday season where lucky people will start to receive iPhones, and of course the first thing you probably want to do is get some really good applications on. So in my opinion, these are my top 10 apps you can get on the App Store. Just to bear in mind, these apps aren't in any particular order at all, but they are just the top 10 apps in my opinion. So the first application is Google Maps. And straight off, I'm sure a lot of people will be saying, well, my iPhone already has a preloaded Maps application on it. And yes, that is the Apple one, and honestly, it's not great at all. Google Maps is probably the best out there, so let's open it up. So straight away on Google Maps, when you open it up, you're opened up onto a full screen view of map. And the blue dot kind of shows where your location is, your current location, which for me is London. And you can pinch to zoom, and then do the opposite to zoom out. And there you can see almost a whole view of the Earth. You can see Europe and Africa there. And as you can see, you can use your finger to navigate around. Now, what a lot of people will use map applications for is directions, and that is something that Google takes really seriously. So here you can see up here, that little arrow symbol, that is route. So you can go ahead and press that. Now at the top here, you can choose whether you want your route by car, train, cycle, or walking. And of course, if it's train, it will just show you the nearby train lines. If it's cycling, it will show you a safe place to cycle, and walking, obviously, different walking paths will pop up. So it's very, very simple. You go ahead and type in the location that you want to arrive at, and it does have predicted search. So here I've just typed in Kings and it thinks Cross, which is exactly where I want to go, and it will start calculating a route. And you can see here it's picked out 3 different routes, but the one in blue is the one that they think is the best and quickest. So if we click here, you can see all the different directions it's going to tell me, so you can read them in advance. So once you're happy with your route, you can go ahead and press start, and it will actually start off a sat-nav, and it will use the iPhone's GPS features to actually plot your position on the map, and someone will talk you through the directions, just like a normal sat-nav. In my opinion, this is the best possible maps application you can get on the App Store, which is why it's in my top 10, and definitely one I think you should go ahead and download. So the next application on my top 10 is called Data Usage, and in my opinion this is absolutely essential for all iPhone users who have a certain amount of data they can use on their contract. Now I know a lot of people do have that unlimited data contract, which they're very lucky to have, but quite a few people do have a limit. Say for example for me it's 1 GB a month. So this helps you track how much data you're actually using. Now, the first really great feature about this is this top bar here. It tells you if you're safe in the data that you've used so far. So straight away when you download this application, you go ahead and set your date of billing and when your kind of data refreshes, and also the amount of data you're allowed. Once you've put that information in, which takes about 10 seconds, you can then start the application and it will track how much data you use. Now, a couple times it really has saved me because I've realised that I'm going over that suggested line that they do there, and I can see that I kind of need to slow down my data usage, maybe not listen to music online while I'm out, and just listen to music on my phone, for example. This app also tells you how many megabytes you're using a day on average, and how many days you have left. And at the minute, as you can see, I'm very safe at 34.3%. And there's only 14 days remaining. So anyway, this is definitely an essential app for all iPhone users who have a limit on the data they have on their contract. The next application on my top 10 is 8Tracks, and this is an excellent app for all the music lovers out there. It really helps you discover new music, and it means that you can just listen to music for free. Now, my favourite feature of this application is the Explore. So you go ahead here, and you can say, play me some, and then let's go with hip hop and workout, say for example. So you can see there you could have picked around 2 different categories to kind of merge together, and it would make a playlist for you. So you can see here it's found a kind of hip hop and workout playlist that someone else has made. And this 8Tracks is really a very community application because you can just make your own playlists and put them out there for people to enjoy, and there are tons to look for. So you can see here, Run It Out, for example, another hip hop and workout playlist, and you just go ahead and press play and it starts the song straight away. Then if you don't want to listen to that one, you can go ahead and skip it. Then if you want to find out some information about the upcoming songs, you just press I for information, and then you can see the track list and stuff like that. Now there is a maximum amount of skips you can have. I think it's 8 tracks that you can actually skip, hence the name. And really that's just brilliant in my opinion. It's an amazing application. You can discover new music, and if you're not sure what song you want to listen to, but you know you want to listen to a certain genre, this is the app to go to. The next application is TrueSkate, and of course I had to include some kind of game in this top apps list. And this game doesn't really have a point to it other than to kill time, really. It's a great one, say if you're sitting at the bus stop or just waiting in general, and you can just play around with it. It has brilliant graphics. So you use your finger to go ahead and push. This is hard to play when filming as well. But yeah, you just go ahead and do that, and you can do loads of really cool tricks. But what I really like about it is the graphics are brilliant, it doesn't lag at all, and it just has a great feel to it. Now the next application is Flipboard, and in my opinion, really this is going to be a bold statement, but it's actually my favourite app on my iPhone. So let's open it up and I'll show you what it's all about. So essentially it's a news application. It also integrates with your Facebook and Twitter. You can see here cover stories is actually stories from my Twitter feed, and then here I've got news, technology, sport, food, photography, and you can set this all up to be customized for you. So if you wanted sports on page 1, you could just drag it over. So anyway, let's look at the function. So for example, technology, which is the one that I look at a lot. You go ahead and refresh it, so there's no new stories, and you can read kind of the title, and if you don't want to read that one, you could go ahead and flip. So if a story does catch your eye, like this one definitely would for me, you could go ahead and tap that and read the full article. This is a really great application, especially in the morning time. Instead of reading a newspaper, I kind of just go through this and flip through, and if a story catches my eye, I'll go ahead and read it. If I really want to read it later as well, you can go ahead and favourite it. And in the end, when you make an account with Flipboard, you can go ahead and make almost a magazine for you to read in your spare time. For many people, this may not seem like the most exciting app, but to be honest, it's the best user-friendly news application you will find on the App Store. The next application is Clear, and this is a to-do application, and I have to say there are a ton of these apps out on the App Store, but after looking at almost all of them, this is my best one and favourite one. So when you open it up, you're onto some categories that you can make yourself. You can make new categories or new lists just by pulling down like that and typing the name. Then if you want to go into a list, you just tap on it and you're opened up onto the list. And you can add different items. So this is the shopping trolley almost, or my shopping list. So as you can see, I've added a few different items to my list. I don't know exactly what I'm buying it for, but just for this demonstration anyway. So once you've got your list, you could go ahead and order it in terms of importance. So you hold an item, let's say for example paper is really important, and you can move that to the top. And say if card is of a medium importance, you can move that to the middle. Clear is an excellent application to really just manage your life. I've personally found it really helpful at school. Next up is a kind of photo editing collage application, and in my opinion, overall is one of the best made applications on the App Store, and you'll see why in a minute. So here you are entered into the different layouts. You have classic, jumbo, fancy, fresh, whatever that means. And let's go and be boring and give the example on a classic layout. You can see here how it collages all the pictures together, and if you want to change that picture, you can just tap it and then go here and add a different image. It's that easy and it's straight there. Then if you want to go ahead and edit individual images, you go ahead and tap them, and then you can control the brightness of that image. As you can see, it's changing there. You can put a kind of filter on it like Instagram. You can flip it all to the individual images within the collage. You can also change the borders to your overall photo. You can change the thickness of the border, the curvature inside it, the curvature on the outside of it, loads of different controls, and then with that you can have a frame of 10 by 10 for example, and then you can adjust how much each image you want to take up of the collage. There's also the ability to control the aspect ratios, and you can add text. Once you've finished perfecting your collage, you can go ahead and save it in a large format, and then it will give you the option to save it to your camera roll, share it on social networking sites, as you can see here. The next application, I'm not going to go into too much detail, but it is Dropbox, and if you haven't heard about it, you really should. It's absolutely brilliant, and it kind of is like a cloud sharing application. So I just uploaded these videos from my iPad, and they've gone straight to my iPhone because my Dropbox is connected from my iPhone, my iPad, and my desktop. And you can upload files to Dropbox, which is kind of an almost imaginary saving system, and then you could go ahead and pick them up anywhere else in the world on any device. And it just uses your email address as an account, and it's that easy. I think you have a maximum of 2.5 gigabytes free, then after that you have to pay for storage. But it's the quickest and definitely the best cloud storing service on iPhone. The next application I'm going to show you is Shazam, and I know most people probably know about this application, but if you don't, this is really going to blow your mind. So you just open the app up, and say there's a piece of music you really like playing in the background, but you don't know the name of it. Let's put a festive tune on. Go ahead and press. And you saw there that the iPhone, after listening to it for about 3 seconds, it straight away recognised what track it was, and it brought us the album artwork, of course, from Michael Bublé's Christmas album that we all love. And you can then go ahead and download it on iTunes. You can listen to it on the radio, play it on Spotify, watch the YouTube video that's connected to it, everything. And you can even look at the artist information. So a little biography of Michael Bublé, all of his other albums. It's an absolutely brilliant application and an amazing piece of technology for the iPhone, just to be able to listen to it and really in a matter of seconds pick up exactly what track it is. The last application I'll be showing you today is a weather app. Now yes, Apple does have a weather application, but again, like the map application, it is not good at all, and AccuWeather is a brilliant one. So when you first download this application, it will ask you if it can use your current location. Click yes, and then it can tell you your local weather. So you can pull up on this tab here, and it will tell you a load of information, even some information you probably will never even need to know, but it is quite useful, I suppose. I mean, it tells you that sunrise will be at 8:05 AM today, already happened, and at 3:55 PM. So then it also tells you different stuff about humidity, cloud coverage and pressure, and even the wind speed and where it's coming from. Then if you want to look at the weather in the future, you can go hour by hour, and it will show you a small icon here of what it's going to be. So here you can see that it's going to be cloudy with showers, and it also has the temperature. Then the next tab along, it will show you a weekly forecast, so you can see Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way to next Tuesday. It will also tell you kind of the high and lowest temperatures and the weather that it's going to be. A really unique feature of this application is the map section. So here you can actually look at a map, and it will show you the rain coverage coming in, and you can go ahead and play the animation. And you can see the time at the bottom changing here, and you can see the rain moving in, And here is a different key just to show you. So you can see the rain coming in, which I'm going to get soon, unfortunately, is going to be kind of purpley, which is low. And if you are completely too lazy to look at all of those different things, you can actually go on video and you can get an attractive lady to tell you the weather for you.
AccuWeather.com, Steph Davis. We do have rain showers pushing through Scotland as we head into our Tuesday. Pretty gusty winds.
Okay, enough of that. And yeah, there really are just a ton of features on this application, and definitely probably one of the best weather apps on the App Store. So anyway guys, I hope you have enjoyed that video. Just to run through my top 10 applications, that was Google Maps, data usage, HTracks, TrueScate, Flipboard, Clear, Diptic, Dropbox, Shazam, and finally AccuWeather. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a brilliant holiday. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe here at GeneralTechHQ for lots of upcoming iPhone videos.